Does that mean we're not on?
We're on now.
Oh, okay.
Hello, listeners and watchers. This is the podcast, The Dream Stream, and I am your host, Yiskah Koock. Very pleased to have my co-host here with me from the early days, Dr. Carla Mazzeo. Hi,
Hello.
Carla.
Hello.
Hello. So you've been dreaming up a storm?
Oh my God, yes. Too
Yeah.
much.
Too much, yeah?
No, not too much. It's very helpful.
Great. So is it like guidance for you? How is it helpful to you?
Yes, I see it as guidance, and almost on a daily basis at this point, because so much is happening so fast.
Yes.
So I'm looking to my dreams because I'm not really, well, there's a lot of gaslighting going on. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
There's a lot of false news,
I know.
there's a lot of things. Maybe it's part of the singularity, and maybe that's part of my dream as far as the red and blue snake.
Oh, well, let's talk about that snake, because I feel that's. Did I say let's talk about that snake? Let's talk about that dream, because I want to.
And that snake.
and therefore the snake.
So yeah, you mentioned in your email venomous snakes.
Right. We never did watch it because Levy was like, I don't want to. And I'm like, well, I'm doing it for you. And he said, well, you watch it, Mom, and then you could tell me about it. I was like, no.
Watch what? From the museum?
Oh, no, there was a Just for Kids Zoom meeting about a woman talking about the venomous snakes of our area.
Oh, okay.
So kids could identify
rattlers and water snakes, maybe.
You know, the copperheads or
copperheads. Yes.
Yeah. So what kind of snake was this in your dream?
Okay, so this one was colorful. It was pink and blue, a vibrant pink and blue. And I think I sent you a picture of the sock, the color of the sock.
Yes.
And it was at my pond and over on Springtown Road.
Yes.
And my cat was there. The beginning of the dream was I had to walk around. It was early spring, and the first walk of the season was a dangerous walk because there were deadly things in the water, either alligators or crocodiles. And I had a float, and I had my cat with me, but we were okay. You know, she was on the float and I was staying on the edge of the water and she was just going on a little bit. And then we made it past, you know, the water land creatures, crocodiles or gators. And then we proceeded on to another point past midway actually. And there was a deadly snake. It was two-headed, pink and blue. And so my cat was no longer with me at the time, and we jumped over. I actually jumped over.
Who's we?
We were integrated.
Me, myself, and I.
Exactly. We were one. I actually had a dream where I've done that. I've jumped into somebody's body in my consciousness and her consciousness, and I was rescuing this woman from like a bad situation. Yeah, it was really interesting. Wow. So that's
I had a dream once that I was in my old house in Eckerd. I was standing on the porch and then I was coming up the stairs. So we tried to combine with each other so that we could be one again. But it didn't work. That was a long time ago. So I'm sure a lot to teach me. Then now you think
now it might work.
Walking into each other, right? Now it might work. So the snake. So you jumped over.
So I jumped over the snake, and to me it was good. It was clear, and to me we'll get some background. They're pretty blowing in the wind.
The peace flag, and now I see the American flag.
Okay, yeah. So to me, the flag, the colors, the red, white, and blue.
Yes.
You know, it's the two parties, right? We're Democrats and Republicans, and I see them both kind of the same at this point. When I hang out with my liberal friends,
Yes.
I become conservative a little bit. And when I hang out with my conservative friends, I become liberal.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I would say I lean a little more into the Democrats. But, you know, sometimes there's a point when they're wrapped around the same coin.
Yes.
They look very, 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 very similar.
Yeah, I hear you. But I have to say, I definitely would rather speak with my liberal commoners than the
well, I'm walking a path of, you know, hopefully a unity and singularity, where I can understand many things on different levels. I have moments of that. Human rights to me is a basic fundamental belief.
Yes.
You know, human rights. That's just you don't mess with that. That's like
far beyond.
You know, that's basic. And there are certain basic things that are not questionable, but there are other things that venture more into that, into other realms of discussion. I'll just put it that way.
Okay.
And I think it's realms of discussion.
Okay. So, is that Max?
It is.
Girl in it. So yeah,
Hey, Max the dog?
Max the dog. Yes.
Do you see him?
I don't see him. I hear him growl.
Oh, okay. He's over there. No, there's something, someone's doing maybe a fire next door or breaking some wood.
Oh, sorry, Max.
So no, he's just walking around. He had a 5-mile hike today, so he's good.
Oh, lovely, wonderful. So so now the cat was on. May I ask you some clarifying questions about this dream?
Sure.
The cat was on a float.
Yes, on a float on the pond, but just at the perimeter, so not too far into the water.
Okay.
Because the first walk of the season was dangerous.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
First walk. Oh,
I know. First walk of spring
is dangerous.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't it interesting?
I know.
Why would that be dangerous?
Fucking A, man. All these freaking holidays. I do not want to celebrate any more holidays, any more like numbers and, you know, this has to happen on this day. Fuck that. That's what I say. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. You might have to censor that out.
That's how, we don't censor.
But I'm tired. I'm tired of signs and symbols and holidays and you have to do this on this day.
You know, my estranged husband's family used to just celebrate whenever it was convenient for everyone. But I was so dogmatic. I was like, they can't celebrate that holiday now, you know.
I've been there. I've been dogmatic. I've been both. I've been conservative and liberal. You know, dogmatic is conservative.
Here I am being conservative. Just finished saying how I don't enjoy conservatives, and now
and you are. See, I know you are. Because we walk the path. You know, we walk the path of many roads.
Carla, is there such? Forgive me if this is a silly question. Is there such thing as a two-headed snake?
Well, you know what I was thinking?
What?
That the two-headed snake, being pink and blue, it would turn. If the snake, you know, kissed itself versus eating itself, but if it kissed itself, it would turn like purple.
Oh, yes, visual aid.
So I'm going with the purple. The purple eater. Yeah, it's just, I think, you know, it makes me think of the chakras, and purple is a very nice, beautiful, special color.
Is that the third eye or the crown chakra. I think it's the crown.
Yeah, I think it goes indigo,
Yeah.
purple,
Yes.
indigo.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that symbology, that
And then in medicine, the two-headed snake.
two-headed. You said
Snake.
two-handed.
Two-headed.
No-handed.
Two-headed snake, right?
Uh-huh.
What's the name of that again? I think that.
Is there a name of that? Is that like a common thing?
Yes. Yeah, the medical symbol.
Oh, the caduceus.
Yes.
But that's not two-headed. That's just a snake, like coiling around vertical.
There's something with two-headed.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to know about. Well, we have to look this up and then we can deal with it in our continuity for this. So, but I also wanted to talk more about the bowling dream. Your bowling dream?
Yes. Okay. Right. And I wasn't able to hear because of the wind.
Right.
Your comment about your dream regarding the sand, something about
shifting
on
sand. Proverb. I can't remember what people's, but there's a proverb that says, do not build your house on shifting sands.
Sand.
Or on sand, but that's why. But that was an older dream, and it was a common dream locale for me. I find that we have certain places in our dream life that we frequent, and this was one of those, the shifting sands. Yeah. So
does the marijuana really affect your dreams in a negative way?
No, it affects my dream recall.
Right. Okay. Really?
I know I'm dreaming. I'm like,
I'm surprised that you're not able to have the recall.
You know, I'm working on it. It's forever to work on because I enjoy marijuana and, you know, use it for medicine as well. And
yeah, but I think you could have recall. But this to me goes also, you know, the double-headed snake, I think there's something happening as far as the two forces working together. And that, again, there has to do with this fake news, fake reality, you know, surveillance type of state or country. You know, that's the new technology, AI.
yes.
You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of things to be used as weapons. And so I'm not sure how much I should discuss, but I have certain, you know, ideas about things. And when I talk with people, they deny it, and I know they're lying. And it's almost like the devil is having people lie. It's really kind of a strange thing we're in, you know. But not everyone is lying, only some people.
Are they lying or are they ignorant?
No, I think they're downright lying. Like they have information, but they're withholding it to try to manipulate, which is the gaslighting effect. And I think it's either they're being paid for it or there's some kind of, you know, search of something. And
I don't believe the payment part because I remember being accused of being paid by George Soros for all of my activism. And it's like, if he would pay me for this, that would be fine. But I'm doing this either way, you know. So it makes me question if people are getting paid to mislead.
Yeah, it's very strange. That I think was the dream I had of the really wealthy Asian, charismatic, good-looking guy who is building a tennis court on sand at the edge of the ocean, right at the ocean tide. And he was paying actors. I'm sorry, they were called actors. So not paid to lie, they were acting. They were acting.
Oh.
So they were acting a part. And so he was paying them. And
well, this was your dream, or this
was a dream, another recent dream, yes.
Okay.
I started putting them on Facebook just because I have so many every night, every morning.
Keep track.
And yeah, it's just, you know, it's the times change rapidly now. There's a lot happening. So it's, I don't want to be locked into one dream, you know. And I think that's the problem where I've talked about dreams in the past, where someone may lock me into that dream and I don't want to be locked into it because my dreams change every day.
Yes.
So
I wanted to talk about the bowling dream, because there was such a strong theme in that, and other things that you and I spoke about, Carla. You were looking for the right ball. This one was too heavy.
Oh, and I wanted to mention the Joan, my sister Joan. I forgot to, that was the middle dream at the train station.
Great.
I wanted to call her because I was hoping to stay overnight, and I wasn't sure. There was something about not having her current cell number, having an old number, or if even she would pick up the phone. Or if she would respond. So there was a little uncertainty about that.
Sorry, I'm ringing. Yeah, so what was the outcome?
Well, then it moved into the bowling.
Oh, she was a part of that. That led into that?
Was the middle
dream.
Okay. And it moved into the bowling balls and the team, and that sense of urgency and
you were, and if I was a dreamer, I'm thinking I could get a strike or at least a spare.
I felt it. I felt I had one good shot. I was like, I could do this. I have a good shot in me. Give me the opportunity.
I've never bowled a strike. I maybe once have. I doubt it, because I would remember something like that. Do you?
Oh, that's a fun thing. That's fun. Yeah, it's fun when you feel it, or if it just happens.
After the quarantine. You can go with Lev after your hike with Lev. You can go bowling alley. Okay. So, but that part where this ball was too heavy and this one was too light, it just had such a theme for me of Goldilocks.
You mentioned the Goldilocks, yes.
3 pairs. So this porridge is too hot and this porridge is too cold. Oh, this one is just right. So, so I was just wanting to talk about that, because I think the fairy tales is like the ancient mythology, or maybe it's more current. I'm not sure which. But do you have any associations with that fairy tale?
To the Goldilocks? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is this my projection or yours?
I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
I already offered my projection that reminded me strongly of that.
Of the Goldilocks.
I'm asking, does that fairy tale have any, associations for you?
Yeah, there's a big bad wolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
there's that.
So there is the big bad wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, big dog. And or is that the 3 bears?
No, it's all of them. And
the 3 bears.
Red Riding Hood.
That was
Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
It was the 3 bears.
Goldilocks is
right.
The 3 bears.
So the big bad wolf was Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood, and also the 3 pigs. The 3 little pigs.
Right.
And also the mother goat and her 7 kids. He's a threat in that one as well. So you can.
So I had I don't know if you read, but someone had asked me if I'd rather die by a lion or a bear.
Oh my God.
No, what kind of question is that? Double-headed snake.
What was your
double-headed snake, lions, tigers, and bears?
Yeah, I think maybe lion. It just seems more
I don't
efficient.
know. I said they both play with you, so
Bear seems
I
more
said neither. I would
clumsy.
prefer neither, actually. But I'm gonna take the middle road.
I know I used to always say, I'm gonna die in my sleep.
You're gonna die in your sleep?
Like when I'm an old lady. Yeah, right. Why not? There's so much.
I always wanted to die in my lover's arms.
Really?
Yeah, something romantic. I
Oh,
always pictured, by water and outdoors, not in a hospital, and with my husband holding me lovingly. That would be ideal.
yeah, that sounds really nice.
It does.
Does he have a brother?
He should.
The perfect man would have a brother.
Yes, for my sister, of course.
Right. So anyway, so the big bad wolf, that was your bigger association?
No, that was Little Red Riding Hood. But this is your association of the Goldilocks. For me, it was really nice to see the high school reunion and people having fun and enjoying themselves. And I left that scene of my team, and I walked up to where my kind of a larger crowd was, the high school reunion type, that were having fun. And so I was walking around there and felt enjoying the scene, but also feeling, oh, I got to get back to the game. I have to find
I got that
here.
strike in me. I feel it.
Yeah, I got to get back. But I've had other dreams since, so this one is less crazy cat lady. That's funny.
I didn't buy it for myself.
No. Who gave it to you?
Stacey gave it to me.
Stacey did? That's funny. I had a dream with her and you.
Really?
Yeah, that was the one yesterday. There was the women's bathroom toilet dream, and then
it was the toilet
dinner table dream.
What was the second thing?
At your dinner table.
Right.
It was like a round, but more of an oval table, and it was a group of women. But the first was, it was the toilet. I was in a very crowded movie theater, and it was really crowded. And next to me was someone who had some maybe learning disability or MR, really sweet guy. And intermission came. And so I decided, all right, this is the time to go to the bathroom because,
you and everybody else in the theater.
So I went to the bathroom. Every other female did too. And so there was a long line. I was at the end of the line, almost at the end.
Okay.
And there was a woman chatting with me, and she was pleasant, and we were talking, and she cut in front of me, and I thought, I really don't care. You go ahead. And then she was chatting with others, all of us at the back of the line, and there was a group of 2 or 3, and so she jumped ahead of them also.
Oh,
and they didn't seem to really mind either. So we're just kind of mellow, hanging out at the back, and then it was still moving kind of quickly, which was good. Okay. And then a stall opened up for me right at the end, which was perfect. So it was kind of good that she jumped ahead because I got a better stall because of it, even though it was still kind of gross.
Generosity takes you far.
What's that?
Generosity. Kindness.
See, right. The unexpected. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I wonder, oh, keep going. I don't want to interrupt.
But so it was still kind of one of those gross bathrooms. We were all lined up. All the women were having to use kind of a dirty bathroom. Yeah. And some were a little better than others. And mine was at the very one end, which I was happy about because it was a little more usable than some of the other ones. But it was still nasty.
Jeremy Taylor.
One of my toilet dreams.
Yeah, one of my dream teachers, Jeremy Taylor, talked a lot about toilet dreams and toilet overflowing dreams, and what we don't have need for anymore. We need to wash out of our bodies. But I also wonder,
yes, but it's the issue of not being able to speak
absolutely.
freely, which has been a theme in my life of
Okay.
censorship, of I love the masks because
Yes.
that's totally
Yes.
where I've lived in many ways. Like, I can't talk, don't listen. So I love that you have a format, and I know we've lost some material in the past, so we'll see how it goes from here.
We can see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
I just want to make interesting, I want people to see the value of our dreams and to follow our dreams and to learn from our dreams, be guided by our dreams. I have a question for you. See Max in the background.
Oh, you see him now?
I did see him walk by. So my question is, you started by saying I'm at the end of the line, but I'm also thinking of the pun in that. What does that mean? I'm at the end of the line. It's like I don't have any more fucks to give.
Any more what to give?
Fucks to give.
What to give?
Fucks.
Fucks? Did you say F-U-C-K-S?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Times, I believe.
Did you watch Dave Chappelle?
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh my gosh, that has to do with fucks.
Okay, now
you have to watch that. It's equanimity and the bird revelation.
Can you send me?
I'll put it on my Facebook. Yeah.
Cool.
It's equanimity and the bird revelation. It's very important. It has to do with fucks.
Okay.
And it's really good. I admire him because he put himself out there. He's putting himself out there to be able to talk about the issue between genders. And I graduated high school in the 80s, and that was the height of MTV, where it was so misogynistic.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was over the top, the videos. And so growing up in that era, along with other things that I was exposed to, which really was not necessarily the most pleasant thing for a young female, growing up. And
yes, I've all worked my ideas about beauty in the American culture from like the 1980s are I'm all messed up about that. The airbrushed era.
Right. Yes. And the same with sex. I mean, sex is a huge topic, and I love to talk about it and explore it. And Dave Chappelle was able to broach that topic in a way that was painful but also honest. And he uses the phrase "real speak" or something along those lines, which is like, I've been saying that forever. So thank you. Yes. That it's catching on to have real conversations.
You and George Orwell.
Yeah, it's totally Orwellian, man. Oh man. Where that before everything becomes where it's shifted, where we're not able to have those types of conversations. But we still can, because it's free will, and it's to the people. I really believe that.
Power to the people.
So we're able to to make these things happen, and to create, I think, a better communication and a better way, and to heal. And ultimately it's about healing. Yes. And I think that's the snake, jumping over the snake is about healing, because that they are one body, even though they're fighting each other. There's a fighting each other. And come on, big dog. Come on, big dog. Come. Sorry. Come on, big dog. Thank you. Come. He roams.
It also it's making me think of, I know there is, I think it's not an African tradition, it's African American tradition. I think it has its roots in America, but during a marriage ceremony, jumping over the broom Do you know about that? Do you know what that's about?
Well, didn't you do that at your wedding?
No, we broke a glass.
Oh, okay.
But
There was a broom.
he broke a glass.
Okay. Okay.
I circled around him. It was not, you know, it was good, but it definitely had its genders as well. It was not.
But with but what I see these two serpents fighting each other, right? And so they're both in extreme stance, but that they're of one body, so that they really are the same. I guess two sides of the same coin,
Yes,
so to speak, and that it's extreme ideology. And so it's us versus them, or I'm right, you're wrong.
right.
You know, everyone hating this person or that group.
Right.
And that there has to be a point of hopefully a transcendence where it all evens out, actually. And that it's, you know, then we have to start at that point, I think, of the transcendence.
Yes.
Of, well, if we're all kind of the same here, then what do we do? And how do we have conversations? And the equanimity, what Dave Chappelle was talking about, was relating to the gender issues, and being able to respectfully have conversations. But the honesty, you know, that there's an honesty in admitting of behavior, so then you don't have to be in the position of you know, starting from that place, because the person is already admitting to their participation or their behavior. So then you can start from there and have better conversations.
This is reminding me that now we have this pandemic, everybody's on shutdown or quarantine, or many people are. So
Everyone's on retreat.
it's our opportunity to start on a good foot without all of this wealth imbalance. And I mean, I don't know how we're going to shift things, but we have to create our economy again. Everything is at a standstill. So
well, the beauty is non-consumption days, which I've talked about forever, as a way to peacefully protest, and that really is power to the people. To be able to protest in ways. Getting on buses and marching is not going to be the way of the future. This is the way of the future as a means to protest, because it uses technology and economic protests. And that's the only thing that wealthy people will hear, is when it affects them financially.
Stop spending your money on their...
And vice versa. Wealthy will hear, they can also control poor people. So there's a lot at stake now. But yes, so I think a new economy, I was hoping that with my retreatant, we were going to work out a barter system.
Yes.
And that everyone has value and worth, and it's just finding what they ways to express that value and worth. And so having a barter economic structure, in addition to this paper coin that we have, I think will really be able to strengthen us all psychologically and economically.
Yes.
And I think that's imperative. I think that's really it's critical. And for physical, psychological, mental health, and the economy.
Seems like we're going to have to start focusing on the micro. I mean, already Trump and the federal government are like no help at all to the states. So they're having states are bidding against each other for money for the life-saving equipment.
Well, that's the thing is, for poor people, we cannot rely on others, we have to do it for ourselves.
Exactly.
And in our community.
And exactly what I'm thinking. I think it's
because they could cut us off at any point. They can change our life overnight.
Exactly.
But if we stop doing our job, in kind of a slave way, then we will push back as a force against their control, because there's a domination, and that is, it's not going to be the ultimate means to an end, right? Slavery. I think slavery is not. It's not my fantasy.
No, have you been working on your
future?
Have you been working on your garden, Carla?
I was just about to put some seeds in, to start some seedlings. I was thinking about joining a CSA with somebody, because I have some rodents that have eaten my garden, and so I've been really disappointed about that, with the groundhogs and the rabbits, and so I might do a CSA.
Not even your pellet gun could chase them away.
Yeah, I don't have the time to sit there and wait for them. Plus, I'm tired. I'm physically tired these days.
Totally.
I've done so much labor, in building and rebuilding things that have been destroyed, by people for so many years, that I'm just tired. So yeah. So we'll see. I might just do the CSA. But I really do miss my garden. I love having a garden.
Lance is working on the garden this year.
Nice.
I guess it's about 4 years old now. It's pretty recent that we've had this garden.
Yeah, your stepmom made it.
Who made it?
Didn't your stepmom?
No, Phelan's dad fenced it.
I thought it was your dad's wife.
No, she gave me a bunch of plants.
She planted a bunch of things.
She worked in my garden.
Yes,
when
the first year, right?
Yeah, they're far away now. They're in Florida. But Ruben built me.
That's funny, because the second dream I had after the one I just mentioned, the second about the movie theater and the toilets, was at your dinner table. And so I showed up. I was standing at your dinner table. It was more of not a round table, but oval.
Okay.
And you were on my right. You were at the head of the table, and on my left was Stacy. And everyone had these beautiful salads. They were just gorgeous. They looked delicious.
Wow.
And everyone, was sitting, and I had no chair, and I'm like, oh, I have no chair. And then I was like, oh, I have no salad. And
I need my salad.
I didn't have anything. So Stacy didn't want her salad.
Oh.
And so it was kind of in between myself and her, and she's like, yeah, it's like, you're not gonna eat that? She's like, you can have it. And then I was like, but I don't think it's mine. And then you chimed in, you said, but yes, my dear, it is your salad.
Oh, that's so annoying of me.
And it wasn't, you didn't make it, but Lance made it. He made the salad.
Okay.
Really? That was really funny.
That's
Well, it's funny that you said he's working in the garden.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, it made me think, like, do I have a seat or a plate here? I'm not sure. Yes, my dear.
Yes, my dear.
You do.
I was told by Stacy and Phelan, I always say things like, oh, 1,000 thank yous if you'll blah, blah, blah. And they're like, stop exaggerating. Just say thank you. And they won't let me. Yes. Like, but that's so not colorful enough.
It's the syrupy sweet. You never know if it's like real or not.
Right. And I'm like, all right, just thanks. So now I'm trying to not be overcompensating, but still show appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my dream life has been really, really, very rich. I've been dreaming all night, every night. And I wake up and I'm like, it's like sand falling through my fingers.
Well, you had the diamonds. So the diamonds,
that was like, yeah,
those were earrings.
yes.
So what about ears?
What about ears? What about ears? I actually, I look at the shape of a person's ear when I meet them.
What about your ears?
Or when I read, I only just recently noticed my ears, but when I read a story about somebody who does something pretty renowned in the world or murderous,
What about
I
your
check out
ears?
their ears, because Rudolf Steiner taught that we can learn a lot about a person by their ears. So this top part is like thinking, in the middle, develop part is about feeling, and then
Do you know in acupuncture there's an upside down fetus,
oh, I think I did know that.
which is neat.
That's really neat.
And there's so many points. But what about your ears? What about yours?
My ears, I hear pretty well, often. Thankfully. Because my strange husband doesn't, and neither does my first son's dad. Both of them are hard of hearing. Or else they
So
just.
you had diamonds
Yes.
in your ears,
Yes.
or diamond earrings.
I don't remember taking them out of my ears. They were just in my hand.
So they were earrings, but they were diamond earrings.
Diamond stud earrings.
Something light in your ear.
Oh, the light, right? The reflecting.
Hearing? You listening?
Ooh. Am I listening? I try to be a really good listener.
So throwing it in the shag carpet.
Because I have this funny thing, the MS.
The twitch.
Sometimes when I'm like on the phone, I like throw it. And I'm like, oh my God, I just threw my phone. Didn't mean to do that.
That's a spasm.
It's a spasm. Yeah, so yeah, so I threw the earrings into the carpet and then.
So are you throwing something away that you're not listening? Some light of sound?
Oh. I don't know the answer to that. Okay. You know, I hope I'm not throwing away.
I'm thinking shag carpet's thick, right? So it's even more muffled.
Yeah, it's like a,
it takes the sound away. Yeah. And you couldn't see the glow in the shag carpet because it's thick.
Yes.
So the light gets lost and the sound.
Yes.
Potentially.
And that's how I find the earrings, is with the light, with something with the sound. I definitely feel that I'm having like an aha. There's something with the sound.
Did you find the earrings in the dream?
I did find them, yes.
Okay, good.
I found the first one pretty quickly because of the sun reflecting off of it.
It glowed.
And the second one, I just kind of tried to widen my vision and look for that sparkle, the like rainbow sparkle. Mm-hmm. And that's how I found the second one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'll think about that. I mean, I consider this, it was my birthday dream from the night, and then I turned 50 that night, or that day I turned 50. And so I'll look at it all year long.
Yes.
Yes.
And we haven't, we left off at a spot and now we're resuming. And that was around my 50th. Yes. I know it's your 50th.
Yes.
So I just think about that and, kind of our work together, and then the getting thrown in the carpet and then maybe resuming.
There's two, me and you.
we were on a good thing.
Yeah, I love that, the idea of, I love this Zoom room, and I love the idea of doing dream groups.
Yeah, it's nice because I like being not in the basement. Just your carpet makes me sneeze a little bit.
It's probably very moldy, I imagine.
I told Phelan to pull it up. So maybe as a project, it might be nice to just paint it or have a throw carpet.
Yes.
I think that would be really, but it's nice to be outside.
Refreshing.
Yes.
It would be refreshing. So I'm so glad to see you outside. It's just lovely there.
Thank you. Yes, it is nice outside.
Yes. Do you have a mountain view behind your head?
I do, a bit.
Yes.
Oh, and there was the dream about my mom.
That's the dream I was really wanting to hear.
That was the dream on the 1st of April.
Okay.
And that was really special. I had a dream about her a few weeks prior, and she came to me. She came to 420, and she was at my door. My sister Mary drove her, and I went to the door. I opened it, and I saw her, and I just hugged her. I gave her a big hug, and we were happy to see each other. I said, all right, I can come home now, right? And she's like, no, not yet, not now. I was like, okay. And then the recent dream was on April 1st, and that was a big day because there was a lot in the air as far as something happening, decisions being made, and things like that. I think there's been a dark force that's been following me for a long time, for my whole life in ways. And it's a destructive force.
Come on, it's podcast, babe.
Mom,
Is that Phelan?
is right now.
Oh, I have to go, Carla. We're having a family Zoom now to
Okay.
catch up with each other.
Bye.
So good to talk dreams with you.
Continue. Bye, Phelan.
Continued. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Phelan, it's happening now, bud.